we've got them in the supplementary pack which is there, so we're just receiving that. Item 13, financial matters. To receive and consider for approval the accounts including bank statements to the end of March 26. Has there been any questions sent through?
There was a question, but I think we cleared up the understanding. Yeah. It was just to be to confirm that these are month-end figures. You will get year-end at the next meeting. We just need to confirm the assets to complete the year-end.
Nathan, yeah?
No, I was just
How are you going? I was thinking we could ask a question. Nathan proposes that we accept the accounts and the approval for them. Andy seconded. Votes in favour then, please. Thank you very much. Unanimous. 13.2 to receive and consider for approval payments to be made and petty cash account to 11th of May.
Yes, so we've got the petty cash in the pack, and I'll just circulate. Obviously, we didn't have a meeting in April, so it is a big one. It's front and back. Thank you.
I'll give everyone a bit longer to
Yeah, it's
review
the
these
local
ones.
meeting. The only note that I've got from our deputy clerk is that we are going to contact Business Stream regarding the water, because we do have some questions around the meter readings and things like that, just in case any of you do query that one. We've already picked that one up. And just due to the pure date of when this meeting was and getting the pack out, obviously we're still a month behind, so that'll come into the Junes and then we'll catch back up again.
Oh, sorry, Nathan. Yeah. I'm just looking down the paper.
Well, I've got two actually, if that's alright. The first one, just so I'm sure, the electricity at the very disused Bracknell, is that the defibrillator?
Are you okay? I was just answering the
Oh,
Are you on page 2?
Yeah, sorry, page 2. What's the percentage of electricity at Bracknell? 7194.
At Brackenhill, yes, it's the fact that we have to keep the electric on step as a standard charge because of the defib. Yeah.
And I was going to funding, but the bird feeders and seeds,
I don't think we have yet. Can I come back to council on that and then update separate to this?
My garden. No, I'm joking.
Cheers,
That's only a joke.
We need it now.
No, I'm not birthday and stuff. Well, Martin's garden.
Are we happy to propose Ian proposing, Nathan seconding? Votes in favour? Yeah. Unanimous. Thank you. 13.3 to review and improve the organisation list for free of charge annual hire of Parish Council facilities. And that information onto this.
back now. It was actually on the bottom of your annual pack. It's easier, but I'm just trying to make it on the same page, and I didn't know which page it was. There you go. I'm not really nice, I don't want to selection.
Okay, so free of charge, I'll just read out the free of charge hires just so we're aware. It's on the annual pack. So the first bullet, and it's 8.3, it's just at the bottom. So we've got free of charge hire, library, which they use for their meetings, West Yorkshire Police, Low Ackworth Community Association, whilst Low Ackworth Community Centre is out of use, Ackworth Drop-In Club, Carers Wakefield Group, Ackworth Heritage Group, District Councillors in relation to Ackworth Business, Pramfest Annual Event, Pavilion and Abbey the Ackworth Heritage Group, they use it ad hoc requests, excluding the monthly meeting. To be specific. Yeah, Ian proposing, Nathan seconding. Are we all happy to continue with them? Yeah.
Can I just ask a question?
But, what?
You know, you said Ackworth Community Association, Ackworth Community Association out of use. Does that mean just for the association meetings, or is it not for the village?
Just meetings. Votes in favour then, please? Unanimous. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, so item 14. To receive the minutes of the Village Events and Communications Subcommittee. I believe some of these were in quorum though, so let's get to them. So we've got so there's only two committees that have full meetings because F&GP wasn't quorum. So yeah, we're happy to receive the minutes of the Village Events meeting. Another minutes was... yeah. Yeah. And we need to approve recommendations within the meetings. Can we get proposed and seconded then?
Just before you move, Chair, I've got one amendment to make myself.
Can
I just quickly
yeah.
that up? For those of you with eagle eyes, you would notice in your minutes there was 2 pencil marks, and that was my very helpful deputy clerk that had proofread and realised that I needed EDs on them, so I've got to add them EDs on because I forgot to correct it and reprint it PPAC. What I did also notice as well though is I haven't included, and again we do this as best practice, not necessarily by sector law, I've marked that we agreed Barker's fencing, but I've not agreed at what price, so I'd like to insert the price into the minutes, which was £5,808 excluding VAT to finish the Birdman fencing. So I'd like to edit my own edit and add that price in just for consistency of minutes. Please.
Can I get a proposal and seconder for that amendment? Nathan and Sharon approving the amendment.
Thank you.
And then votes in favour of accepting amenities, committee minutes and approving recommendations. That's 7. Votes against? Abstentions? So 7 in favour. For amenities, thank you. 14.3 then. To receive the minutes of the financial general purpose, that wasn't quorum. And note the meeting, so we'll just notice it wasn't quorum, don't need to vote on that. 14.4, to receive the minutes of the Environment, Road Safety and Planning Committee meeting held on the 27th and approve the recommendations within there. Propose a seconder. You proposing, Sean? Ian seconding. Votes in favour then, please. Unanimous. Thank you. Excellent. Okay. Agenda item 15. Items brought forward from the Inquiry F&GP Committee meeting held on 27th of April 26. So 15.1, to receive a renewal van insurance quote and make recommendation to council. So we've got essentially one quote because that's all we've had back.
No, the others won't quote at this time because of the total loss, so they've said that they won't quote. It is the sum of one of them is because it's a hire vehicle. The reasons are listed in the capture.
Yeah.
That the current supplier is happy to continue, but because of the total loss, it has increased quite dramatically.
Right. Yeah.
And then other options.
No, not that
We'll
we've
run to a
been
broker
able
to try and.
those are the ones that we've gone to. We got this really late, this quote, so we've literally had hardly any time last week before we had to go out, so those are all the ones that we could get answers from.
When did you?
Again, it's really tight on time. It should be in the pack.
15th of March, it says here. 15th of May, sorry. 15th of
Yeah,
May.
so we're really struggling with this one. We obviously planned for it to go up because of the total loss, but not by that amount.
Yeah.
And that's a reduction on the.
And we did push back once already, so we'd already got it knocked down, but we seem to be a bit stuck. And this isn't because necessarily, okay, one's because it's a hire vehicle, but it's not because it's a hire vehicle, it's because of the total loss.
Okay. Well, personally, I'll propose that we accept this insurance quote. I'll put that as a proposal from the chair. Can we get a seconder for that? Nathan seconding. Those in favour then, please? Unanimous. Got no choice, have we? Okay. 15.2. To receive an IT cyber report from our appointed supplier and consider recommendations to council. So we've got the report. Obviously, it's got a list of things on there.
It has.
Okay.
I have spoken to the IT provider about some of them, so if there are questions, I'll try and answer them check. It's something that they've started doing free of charge annually, and it's something that we're now audited on as well, that we've got in place. Do you want me to go through anything?
If you won't mind, yeah, Sarah.
So maybe Jen was going to cover it anyway, but in terms of recommendations, so recommendations to council, I mean, I've looked through it. There seems to be, there's quite a lot of it's in place, but a lot of it, there's no record and needs attention. So maybe Jen was going to answer this anyway, but would it be ProLogic who would do all of these, some of them, most of them, not so many of them? How would it work?
So that's why I've called them, because I didn't fully understand the report, I'm not going to lie. So if you want me to give you a quick run through, if that would help, Chair.
Yes, please.
So there's no page numbers at the bottom, that's the only problem. So if we go from the titles to the organisation scope, you can see that there's quite a lot of amber on the and unknown records. What they've basically said to me today is that we need to go through as a team and sort of self-check and self-certify that we're doing these different things, because it's just an unknown process to them. Because this is really new to the process of the company, they've just gone out with the information they've got to hand. So the things that I have questioned is, for example, this NCSC Cyber Essentials Accreditation. That's something through the gov.uk website that you actually pay for and apply for, and then you get a certificate to say you're compliant with it. At this moment in time, there's a few other things that we would need to take care of before we apply for that. How does it benefit us? I suppose it shows due diligence and the best practice from our side point of view, but the day-to-day processing the certificate probably doesn't do much. So that's something that we can do in the future. We don't have cyber insurance, so I've looked at our insurance schedule today. So that's something that council could consider in the future, a specific cyber attack insurance. So that's why that one is amber, so I'll confirm that that's a no. Similar to the incident response plan, so we have sort of a contingency plan in place for disaster recovery, but specific to cyber attacks and things like that, we could probably incorporate that into it. If we flick through the report, there were some other areas. So, like for example, we have 2 VPNs and they're both with the same company, so they have been verified today and they've turned to green because there's none that we need to get rid of. The main things from the report, so they would be proactive things that we would do. The main things from the report that the supplier has said to me today is, for example, I'm just trying to count pages, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count 4 pages, and then on that next page you'll see there's a red under malware protected, and it says password policy recommended. So that's free of charge to do, but it's something that we haven't got in place, and that's basically to not be able to disarm the firewall. So the firewall is in place, but it's not password protected. So for example, if we rang up, any member of staff rang up and they said, oh, well, if we temporarily disable this, there's not actually a formal process in place to get authorisation for a password. So that's one that we could do immediately to strengthen up. So that's what I'd be asking council to do. Again, looking through the document, anything amber, I just need to go back to him to confirm that we do it as part of our process and there wasn't anything that was worrying. We do back up our Realtus, which is our financial software, so we do that as standard now. But one of the things that he did pick out that we don't do at the moment is we haven't got multi-factor on. So that's basically a 2-step process to log in. And that's something that we could do from an office point of view to start with, but as councillors it's something you need to consider, which could be a big change, especially for some years.
On the MFA,
Yeah.
because obviously I know there's various methods of doing it. Text messages to registered numbers or, God forbid, an authenticator. I mean, I've got
There would be
4
apps,
authenticator
yeah.
apps for different various for City Guilds or Pearsons or whatever. So what's the recommendation in terms of the app?
Yeah, that's what they've said today is the app. And then just to pick up on 2 more, and then I can give you a plan if you want a plan of how we can tackle it. Is for example, it says here, are you using a third-party security solution such as Defender for 365? We don't. The answer is no. That would be a charge per licence if we wanted to do that. That stops some of the, it says here, the known spam, malware and phishing campaigns. And as you've probably seen as councillors, we seem to be getting a lot of them at the moment. And I've been getting some...
Would you want me to sing everybody?
So there's no risk, so just to make sure that we're all on the same page, there is no risk. This is about added protection. So I've got a price of that as to how much it would cost. The same as, that was the multi-factor. The other one is the, is your Microsoft 365 data backed up? So again, that's the servers, so that's the where we're saving all of our documents and our information for our meetings. That would be at a charge. Obviously, a lot of things these days are it's not a lot, but there's still a charge to it. So what I would probably ask Chair through Council is we've had this report. It's our first time properly dealing with it. I would ask that we immediately put a password on the anti-malware because that's free of charge and it's an immediate protection layer. And then what I'm happy to do for the next meeting or for a committee, if you want to defer it, I could put together everything that I've just said in sort of like a chart to say, right, this is amber, this is red, and this is what's recommended, so that councillors have got time to really go through it.
Could I just suggest slightly different?
Yeah.
It would be to essentially delegate this to the office and yourself, and then to distribute out to the various committees as needed. Obviously, I believe that we'll all trust generally with this as you've dealt with all the audits, and then obviously where decisions are needed by the council or the committee, it can go to that. Would that be acceptable? Just to simplify that.
I was going to suggest that they do everything they can do free of charge and come back to us for anything else that needs a second decision or costs.
And so,
that's what I would.
We just needed to put it on this agenda because it missed the FNGP and we're audited on it, so we're auditing in a couple of weeks' time and they want to see that we've looked at it.
No, it's just what would be my proposal to do it. get them what we can for free.
Yeah,
So it's not questionable, that's
Yeah.
afterwards, yeah.
but also just in order to do all the things on the report.
Kind of agree with what you said.
Yeah.
It was- yeah, that was.
So if we take that as a proposal from me and Andy, delegation and
Yeah.
cost to come back and go to whichever committee or full councillors as needed to get through the report, and obviously you can just say
It's fine, I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
It was a
might be
lot.
for a lot, it's coming and do an explanation of it all. So that's a proposal and seconded by me and Andy. Can we get votes in favour then, please? Unanimous. Thank you. Okay, to receive a risk management policy for review, to adopt and consider a recommendation to council. So we've got the risk management, we've got the second one. That's in our packs, and then we've got the now template as well.
Yes, Chair, so what we have in place is more than sufficient, it's just giving the council the opportunity to upgrade should they want to.
Any comments? Proposals?
Proposing accept the budget as presented.
Uh,
As presented.
As presented,
The current, sorry, will be adopt the new up-to-date one.
Sorry, when in your notes to us, you said that you've the strike areas have been reviewed and will be contrary to our current processes, therefore recommended for exclusion by the clerks.
In that new one, yes.
Yes, I'm proposing that we
Fantastic.
accept it as presented by you with that
Perfect, thank you.
recommendation.
okay, so that's a proposal, Nathan seconding.